Hello, I'm Pastor Don Wolf here at Cornerstone Worship Center in Vestaburg, Michigan. And today we had a guest speaker, and we've got her, Renee, and her husband, Bob, and my wife is sitting on the far side. And we just gonna sit here and relax and talk about our leader, the main leader.
Amen.
The only leader.
That's right.
First of all, I want to thank you, Renee, for being here. You enjoyed it.
Thank you for having us.
We'll have to do this again sometime.
Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, would you like a job being a pastor?
No, thank you. I don't want to put on Saul's armor.
Very wise. Bob and I's worked together many. Matter of fact, I don't remember for sure, but I think I worked with you for 3 hours. Probably totally that was it. For 3 years when I retired
Probably
from.
a bit of that, yeah.
Yeah, and I did know which end of the hammer to grab hold of. And
I had to teach him.
yeah, he did. And so everything I quickly, I gotta tell you this story, though, maybe I didn't tell you, then we'll get into business. When I was in Oregon, I gotta tell you about, we built an addition, $1 million addition to the church, and we hired a contractor out of Seattle, and he came down, and he didn't get along with the city at all. So I was continuing going to the city hall, taking the inspectors out for coffee and pie.
Right.
And we found that he was crooked, the contractor. So the pastor, I was in there, and this accountant was in the office, the pastor, and he calls in the contractor and fires him right there. He turns to me and he says, "Don't you have some building experience?" And I said, "Yeah, a little bit." He said, "Well, you are now my contractor." Not knowing that no, you gotta have a contractor's license. So he said, "Nope, you're my contractor." So I go up to the city hall, and I go in there and said, we had 3 inspectors. I said, and I gave them the conditions, what happened. And they said, turned to me and said, "Will you do everything like we tell you to?" And I said, "Yes, sir." So I was a general contractor for about 6 months, and we built that $1 million addition to the church. So there, take that.
Wow, there you go.
You didn't know your training was so good, did you?
Well, I learned to talk over things. Pie and coffee buys you a lot of things.
Yes.
You want to tell us a little bit about what you operate in Claire?
Well, we have a homeless shelter for pregnant women, and we help women in difficult situations. Some of them have come from situations where they've been physically or emotionally, verbally abused, and some not. And some just trusted maybe the wrong person.
Yeah.
You know, before we hire someone, we do a background check, right?
Mhm.
I think we need to do some background checks on the people that we date.
Yeah.
And
Don't start that, because we won't be friends anymore.
well, they come from tough times. And it's really humbling to have to call somebody and ask them to help you in a difficult situation.
Oh, yes.
A lot of these gals actually are people who like to help other people.
Yeah.
And so then it's hard for them to ask for help, you know, so yes, we take them in and we educate them and we give them classes, and we have an education center, we have an ultrasound machine, we have classes, over 150 classes in our education center, and then my husband and I have a ranch.
Mm-hmm.
And so with the ranch, we do agriculture classes. So we teach them how to raise the cattle and the pigs and the chickens and whatever else we have, and to learn to grow a garden and harvest it, so that when they're out on their own, they can become self-sufficient.
Yes, excuse me, but knowing Bob as I have for so many years, I can't feature him being a farmer.
Well, he's not, he's a rancher.
I'm
so
a
there's-
rancher, I ranch cow pies.
Now that I can believe.
And that's the difference. So farmers, they have all the big expensive equipment and they have to plow the fields and prepare the fields and grow the crop and find someone to buy it. We don't do any of that. And so it would be like a cashier saying she's the owner of the store. You know, we have very humble beginnings here with our ranch, and we raise the cattle from babies. We had 5 babies this year so far and 2 more on the way. And they get to see all of that. And it actually helps them to learn about their own bodies too,
Yeah, right.
because they're looking at it from a third person. And they see all the signs that are happening to the mamas and they're like, is that gonna happen to me too? They don't know. These ladies don't know. We
Yeah.
used to have home ec. We
Yeah.
used to have productive health classes, and we don't
I
anymore.
don't think, or shop classes for us
Mhm.
guys.
Sewing and
Mhm.
cooking, they had
And-
all those.
Yeah, and they learn at our Red Door thrift store. They learn how to be employed. They learn employment skills. You know, they have to receive the donations. They have to prepare them for the floor. They have to learn to display them and price them. They have to learn customer service, which is a lost art. You know, and so in all that, it's education, education, education.
And they learn how to cook besides ramen noodles.
That is true.
That's, some of them, that's
I
the only
know,
thing
I
they've
don't
ever
know how they
cooked in
can
their
eat
life.
those every day, all day long.
Yeah.
Well, you know, one gal said it perfectly. Before I came to Joshua's house, she said, I would just pop something in the microwave and say, boom, there's dinner. But she learned to cook a steak, she learned to cook potatoes, she learned to, you know, and so they learn so much more. And then we send them out for classes, like at our church, they have a sewing class, so they learn to quilt and sew and, you know, do those things. We have someone who steps up and teaches them how to knit, which you don't
Oh.
learn anymore, knitting
No.
and crocheting.
Yeah.
So, you know, they get a well-rounded education.
Right.
Mhm.
Yeah. Did you say you had 5 calves?
We had 5 brand new babies this year and 2
That
more
means you're gonna have a tremendous harvest when it comes.
to the meat.
Yes.
Just remember your friends, Vestaburg.
We will.
We-
How could we forget you?
Be honest, I don't think we finished what we got from you last year.
Yeah, we
No,
did.
was it last year or this year?
Yeah, last year.
Last year.
In the
Yeah,
fall,
we didn't
in
do
the
any this
fall.
year.
Oh, okay.
We don't have any males. They're all
Yet.
females.
Oh,
Yeah,
you're gonna
But we're
do-
looking at one, and if things go right on Monday, then we will probably be purchasing him on Tuesday or Wednesday.
So what do you do with the females then? Do you still have, do you milk?
So I haven't milked any of them this season, because I'm letting them keep everything for their babies. And we have a Jersey cow though. She's not a cow yet. They're not a cow until they have a baby and they're minimum of 2 years of age. So she is still a heifer,
Mhm.
and she will be bred in August,
Mhm.
and then she will deliver in June or July of next year, and maybe May. And the Jersey is the one you want to milk because it's creamy.
No, I don't.
Yeah, you do.
No, I don't.
I think we need to bring him to the ranch and show him how to milk a cow. And
Well, I've seen it done. That's the reason, no.
I've seen it done, I don't know how to do it.
well, you know, you can make butter and cheese and a wonderful half and half.
Hamburgers.
Well, now you're talking my
Steaks.
language. My doctor told me, don't eat cheese.
Okay,
So I don't eat much cheese.
okay. Well, in processed cheese, I agree. But when you make it from scratch, there's just a different, I think the ingredient is love. And it doesn't seem to bother our stomachs as much. Because I have to watch the cheese also.
That cheese has to be one thing I love,
Yeah. Mhm.
except for American cheese.
No.
Now, we know that every fall you have an anniversary for the dinner for the, Josh's house. I assume you're going to again this fall.
We are. So our dinner is going to be, Thursday, September 25th.
Oh, you already got the date.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
we've
yeah,
had the
you
date
have.
since the beginning of January.
Yeah.
The caterer is already lined up. We'll have 9-course meal. It's gonna be amazing. And we have some surprises that'll come out at the dinner. And, so yes, we started planning the dinner back in March.
Yeah. Last time we were together, you spoke of that house, and I forget the name of the city where it was,
Durant.
in Durant. Where's that stand?
Well, so, it takes time to, get people to volunteer. And then once you get them to volunteer, then to get them, first of all, find out if they're the right people for the training.
Yeah.
Because our training is very specific, and it takes approximately 24 months in order to finish the training. And so we have one gal right now, we had 3 or 4, but after we interviewed them, that just really, it just doesn't, if you don't have a piece about it, you shouldn't move forward. And so, we have one gal right now, and, she's still interested in learning and being trained. And we have to get the building in order, and that requires funds. And so because it is an older building, it was built in 1897.
Yeah,
They
you
s-
ever being old.
Right, and so because we actually, will qualify for some historical grants if we do it right, okay? And so then you have to do everything to keep the building in the integrity of the time frame, the time period that it was built. And so there's, with having the ministry in Clare and having this new ministry in Durand, we do have a church operating in the building.
Yeah, you had started that.
Meanwhile, so that the building is still being utilized for ministry. And through the church, it's pretty amazing because there are people that then gather an interest about Joshua's house. And when they express an interest, then we interview them as, is this the potential person? Is this the potential person? So God has his timing.
Oh, yes, yes.
It takes time. It took you a while to get started, didn't it?
It did. Matter of fact, when we first started, we rented a little cabin. And we utilized that, and then about the 2-year mark, we had already opened the store in 2011, in November 14th, the day before opening day, so the women would have somewhere to hunt when the men were out in the woods, right? And so, we started that, and in January of the following year, a woman came into the thrift store, and she said to the woman, this doesn't smell like a thrift store.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't look like a thrift store. And so she found out more about our ministry. She went home and she told her girlfriend, you need to call this woman. So she did, and she said, do you take donations? And I'm thinking housewares, clothing, and I said, well, yes, we do. And she said, oh, good, I have a building to donate to you. I was like, a what? And she said, a building. And that is Joshua's house,
Okay.
literally. And that woman was a single mom at 16.
Wow.
Now, where you had Joshua's house, we've been there. That's a big building.
4,000 square feet
Yeah, and that was given to you?
given to us.
A lot of work had to be done.
Oh, yeah, and you did some nice work there. As a matter, not to change the subject, but the house they're living in
Yeah.
now, he built. And I hate to say this, I'm always cautious to say anything right about Bob, but man, he did a beautiful job. He really did. I should have took pictures of it when I was there, but I didn't.
Oh, our personal
yeah.
house?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, and it looks
Yeah.
much different, because as we finish and work on more,
Yeah.
it seems to just be coming around. He did a beautiful job on the porch and the stairway and everything. It's
Well,
wonderful.
he did a beautiful job on the Joshua's house too.
Yes, Joshua's house, the education center, it's
Yeah.
beautiful with all the pallet wood, and it's all stained, and it's just, It looks so wonderful.
Actually, your education center is probably about 3/4 the size of this sanctuary.
Yep, you're probably right. Mhm.
Yeah, and boy, what a beautiful, gift. But, you know, I have found this, if you're gonna do something for God and your heart's in it, God provides your every need.
And
He
You may have to
does.
work for it,
Really.
Mhm.
but it's there.
And that is the truth. I didn't know the lady from Clare. I didn't know the people from Duran. Never met them before in my
Yeah.
life. And God gave us both of those buildings.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
you know, he's just amazing.
He is. And I think he has offer or has available for nearly every ministry something that's far beyond their
Okay.
understanding.
Yeah.
Amen.
And we have to be open.
Mhm.
Short example, we work a lot with Bishop Murphy in South St. Salinas. I'm in California now, in Saginaw. And I knew him for a number of years, but one day he had an international broadcast.
Mhm.
And one day we got a phone call, and he invited my wife, myself, and two other ladies, another lady and
Gentleman.
Bob, to go over there and be on that program.
Mhm.
And that was 4 years ago. Since then, we've been on international broadcast.
Nice.
Because of going there, because we found out, wow, look at this.
Mhm.
You can sit here, shoot the breeze,
Mhm.
and reach people.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I won't go with what he's looking at now, but too many of us, when the door is open, we peek in and say, well, I've never done that before.
Mhm.
And so we shut the door. And I gotta believe God just walks away.
Yeah.
And if more of us would push the door further and walk into it,
Mhm.
and then see what he's offering to us,
Mhm.
I think that we could do a better job getting the gospel out.
I agree.
And of course, we started this about 3 years ago, doing this,
Mhm.
and, still, the reception is just fantastic. People
Awesome.
love it.
That's exciting.
Yeah.
And just sitting and talking to other people about their ministry,
Mhm.
plus, boy, think what I learned.
Yeah.
Just by sitting with people. Yeah. But it's getting very difficult to get people to sit and do it now.
Mhm.
Most of our part is people in our church sitting down and talking.
Mhm.
That's why whenever we get someone like this, we nail the door shut until you sit down and have a session.
Well, this is wonderful.
Yeah. Bob, when your wife started talking about this, what was your thoughts?
Starting with Joshua's house?
Yeah.
I don't know, did I have any thoughts? I wasn't against it, I wasn't,
You seemed kind of neutral.
yeah, I was neutral, if that's what the Lord wants,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah. And look at the hours you got to spend doing this. See, that's the reason you had the carpenter background,
Yeah.
because
They
God
make a
knew.
good pair. So
Huh?
They're in tune to make a good pair.
They do, yeah. And, but Bob and I didn't. We were just sitting up here talking a few minutes ago, and the many trips that we took to Africa and Mexico together. Long before I was thinking about a church, and long before you thought about being with your wife in Joshua's house, you know.
Yeah,
And there's just so many things that he's allowed us to do.
she's got what's the word, the design, and she designed our house, she designed the
Yeah.
remodeling of Joshua's house. She has, and I'm looking at it, saying, are you kidding me? Corrugated metal in the bathroom? It's all rusted. But her idea, she sees a finished product and it's
Right.
beautiful. I'm like, doesn't make any sense. But I do it.
Yeah.
Because I know she's got more sense than me.
But see, that's what I think God does. He shows us something that we look at and say, yeah. But the person who's got the heart for it, they see the finished product. They see what God sees.
Mhm.
We who are on the outside, all we see is the mess that they want to go get into.
Yep.
But
Yeah. When I told him, he says, well, what's the bathroom gonna be like? I said, oh, it's gonna be beautiful. It's gonna have a gray slate floor, and then I want the corrugated metal on the side, and then I want a row of like stone that sparkles, and then I'm gonna have the pallet wood on top.
And he said,
And he
"What?"
looked at me and he said, that's not gonna look good. When it was done, he's like, wow, this is really beautiful.
as she described it, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Well, the men never get a very nice bathroom. The women always get a beautiful
Yeah.
bathroom, and the men never get it. And we have a men's ministry too.
Yeah,
We have men that come in the building. We want them to know that just like Jesus prepared a place for us, that we've prepared a place for them.
We were, excuse me, in a church not far from here about 2 years ago. And I went into the men's room, and the sink was a bucket with a faucet on the outside. I'm serious.
Yep.
And I think if I remember right, it had corrugated metal around it, half rusted. And I thought to myself, what a way to present the men to the gospel. I mean, this
That's right.
was,
he'd come out and told me about it, and I said, well, you ought to see the women's bathroom. About the same thing.
Recliners, whirlpools.
now you're talking.
No, it was the same thing, they had a bucket and.
We have restaurants near us that have right,
Trails in.
trails in.
Yeah, a bucket in the sink
Yeah,
with a hole in the bottom.
and everyone loves it.
Well, it isn't just the bucket, it's the everything, the surroundings too.
Yeah, right.
They don't have, it doesn't go together.
The whole thing's in
It's a mess.
disaster. Yeah. You've gone into, excuse me for a minute, gone into outhouses that, I mean, really are, you're afraid. That's what this was, going into
Oh.
it, and it just wasn't.
So it didn't look nice.
Yeah, no,
No, I've seen
no,
it done very
no.
well.
No.
No.
It
this
was
is-
actually, it was just like it was an afterthought, gee, we had to have a place to wash our hands, so let's put this bucket here.
Oh,
Yeah.
And they, pipe coming up off the floor and coming here and then
Yeah,
here's
it
the
wasn't
hole.
really
Our men's
finished
bathroom
at all.
over there. They got porcelain sink, we have a old oil bucket, oil pan. What was it?
it's an oil pan with, the old, pump handle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And,
Pretty
it's
cool.
modernized, but
Uh-huh.
it looks good, and
Uh-huh.
all the men that go in, they go, oh, this is cool, an
Yeah.
oil pan for the sink, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
I
yep,
wouldn't have thought of that.
Mm.
engineers.
Designer.
What do you hope to, if the Lord doesn't come back in the next few years, see in, let's say, 5 years down the road for Joshua's house?
Well, I would like to see expansion of our team. We're praying right now, for House Mother,
Uh-huh.
because, it takes a special heart to spend time with the women, and you really need to be super, super patient, and we need more than one. We need multiple people who will go and rotate, let's say someone goes in there, and they're specifically, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and then Friday, someone else refreshed
Yeah.
comes in for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. I would like to see, more of a staff dedicated. It's been very difficult. We've been praying and interviewing and looking for more of a staff for probably at least 12 of the 15 years. and it's hard.
Oh, yeah.
Because people will say, oh, I have a really a big heart for what you do. I'm like, great, you know, and I want to get involved, and I'm like, that is fantastic, thank you, and this is what we need. Oh,
Yeah.
no, I don't think that's really for me, and I'm like, okay, I want the right person, you know,
Right,
but we haven't found that right person yet.
yeah, actually, I think you're probably finding what we find too. Everybody wants to be the top dog. Nobody really wants to put in the hard labor.
Right, because if they're going to ask the ladies to do the dishes and clean the bathroom, they need to show and lead by example.
Yeah, right.
And they want me to have a cleaning staff for them, and that's not how we operate. We operate more like a home.
Yeah, they have to
You
learn
know.
how to do it themselves.
Absolutely.
Well, now, who does it now? You?
And the girls. Oh, you don't clean in Joshua's house.
I do our house. She's
Joshua's
always at
house.
Joshua's house. I gotta do my own dishes, I gotta do my laundry.
Oh,
I know.
My heart bleeds.
Bless him, Lord.
I think I'll put them together and he can teach Diane sometime.
I bet I don't do much at the house.
He doesn't.
Open the box, take the pot pie out, throw it in the microwave, 2 minutes,
I
your
don't
dinner's
even
ready.
do that.
No, he don't.
If she doesn't cook something, it's restaurant.
You've spoiled him, you're a good wife.
I didn't try to spoil him, he was spoiled the one I got and
Oh.
couldn't get him to change.
Oh, that's funny.
I cooked.
You
As
didn't-
long as you could put in a crock pot, I cooked.
I tell you, he really fooled me because
I'll take
when we
crock
had
pot
our first
meal
date,
any
he
day.
invited me to
I
his
love
house and
crock pot.
he cooked me a meal. And so I thought, oh, this is nice, he can cook.
What's
He
this?
cooked since.
What's this like?
When he invited me to have dinner with you on our first date, you cooked the meal.
I did?
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Why do you think she said I do?
It wasn't because of what I cooked. I can't.
Well,
Once in
you
a
cooked, I
restaurant,
can't
you bought the
remember now what
dinner,
we
threw
had
it in
there.
a crock
You looked
pot
at
and
me,
brought it
you know.
out.
I remember making a salad. and
That's
getting-
funny.
Yeah,
I don't remember that. There's some things I just as soon forget.
I think
Didn't
sometimes when you
remember.
make plans like that, you do forget them.
That's your immediate.
Well, it's my immediate and my future. I don't foresee, at one time, I thought it would be nice to have more Joshua's House throughout the state. And we helped 4 other maternity shelters get going. But I did not want to oversee them. I did not want them to be Joshua's House
Right.
because I didn't feel a peace. I felt a peace in helping them, but I didn't feel a peace in overseeing them.
Yeah,
And
that would
so,
be a big job.
yes, it is.
A big
And
job just for one.
it is. And so I think the staff, you know, before, you have to grow deep before you grow wide. And our footing and our staff that we have now, they're solid, and so that's good. But now it's time to grow wide. Now it's time to have others come and join the team and put their hand to the plow and learn what it's like and what a blessing it is to be able to sow into these ladies' hearts and minds. And really, you're impacting the whole family.
Mhm.
Because they come in, their family sees the change in them,
Yeah.
and then they begin raising their child with the things that they now know.
Yeah,
So you're impacting their siblings and their parents, if their parents are alive or active in their life, and you're impacting generations to come.
mhm.
And so that requires more people, more of a staff. And I think that's our one thing that we are short on is dedicated staff. We have dedicated staff, we just need more like them.
Yeah, I know at the, excuse me, the Red Door,
Mhm.
you have one woman or two that more or less run it.
I have one main manager,
Okay.
And I have one who, she's not the assistant manager, but she assists in the hours and in doing things around. And then I have, workers, I have paid workers and volunteer workers in the store. And so together, they do well.
Tell us a little bit about the Red Door.
Well, the Red Door is located in Clare, about a mile, I think, from Joshua's house. And we receive donations once a week, and those
What day is it?
on Wednesdays from 11 a.m. till 4 p.m. And we take just about anything that you would see at Goodwill or Salvation Army. We don't take the old TVs, they're boat anchors, we give them to the Amish. But we you know, the flat screen TVs, housewares, clothing, jewelry, Tupperware, pots, pans, you know, we receive new things too, not just gently used things. And so, even during the, when COVID shut everything down, the police actually asked me to open back up. Because we had so many essential things. We do sell paper towels and toilet paper, and we do have shampoo and conditioner and razors and shavers and shaving cream and all those essential items, undergarments and everything. And so there's a lot at the Red Door people don't realize. And housewares, home things, you know, lamps, furniture.
Yeah, the last time we were there, I went to the men's section. I was hoping to find something that's my size, but none of it's perfect size, so.
Yeah.
But I'm serious,
Okay.
a lot of my clothes, it's used, but as long as it's good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, might as well.
Absolutely. Well, our men's department is smaller
Yes, it
than
is.
the women's department.
And that I wanted to talk to you about.
Because the men hold on to their clothes till they're ready to fall off.
Yes,
So
that's
if they would
true.
let go of them, hint, hint, a little earlier, before they get the holes in them, we would have a larger men's department willingly.
It's like that cartoon where the lady's cleaning out the closet and then he takes and brings out all back.
Yeah.
Because I can't throw this away, it's my favorite.
Oh.
What about you, Bob? What would you like to see in that area of, well, how am I gonna say? I guess more around your home, since that's where you spend your time.
I'd like to see, what do you call her, the lady you're gonna hire?
House mother?
House mother, I'd like to see the house mother, cause she does Joshua's house, which she basically lives there until she gets a house mother, if she has a girl. She helps on the ranch almost every day. She does the Red Door, manages that thing. The building.
Education center.
The education center, the training and that, and she's running out of cloning pills. So, I mean, she's always dead tired, always dead tired.
Oh, yeah.
So, she needs a
needs
house
help,
mother or
yeah.
a couple of them.
Yeah.
And that is true. Anytime you're in full-time ministry, your time doesn't belong to you.
Well, you're a pastor, you only work one day a week.
Yes, yeah.
That's what I tell Nate.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I made 2 trips to Saginaw. We made 1 trip to Warren. We made a trip to the hospital in Alma. And that was just this past week.
Wow.
I made 3 trips to hardware.
That's work too.
And 1 trip to the gas station.
Well, now, that could be a long trip from where you live.
$100.
Yeah,
I had $40 worth of diesel for the tractor, and the rest was half a tank of gas. No, it was all these 5-gallon,
Yeah,
and I have to fill up for other stuff.
wow.
Yeah, that ain't even included in my truck normal.
You got, 1 tractor. Now, I don't recall when we were there, do you plant a garden?
I don't know, no.
Joshua's house has a garden. Right now it's sitting in the window at Joshua's house. We had a little bit of a late start, but we have tomatoes and we have peppers, you know, green
Mhm.
peppers, jalapeno peppers, yellow peppers. And so, yeah,
Yeah.
it's very late in the season for us.
At Josh's house, is there room for it? I don't
Yes.
remember. You had a parking lot, you had a trailer there. I don't remember seeing a non-paved area.
Oh, there actually is a backyard that you cannot see from the
Oh,
road.
okay.
But it's not in the backyard, it's actually in the window box. We have a large window box that's on a table, and that's where we're growing them.
Oh.
Until we transplant them. We were supposed to transplant them 2 weeks ago in the Joshua's House garden at the ranch, and, that didn't happen because we had a baby.
Oh, your calf.
No, we had a baby at Joshua's house.
Okay, how many
And
women
a
you got
calf.
there now?
Well, we have our third woman now, right now.
Wow.
Yes,
I
we've
see.
had 2 other women in the
I
shelter.
remember 2 bedrooms there.
There's actually, 4 bedrooms including mine.
Okay, I just remember
And the
seeing
1
two.
bedroom holds 2 women, so we can host 4 women at a time.
Wow. Can, how do you make it through all this, Bob, having that many women around you?
As long as they got 3 bathrooms, I'm cool.
One for you?
Yeah, we put 3 bathrooms in our house.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't remember
2 for her, 1 for me.
We have 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms, each
You got
bedroom
one
has a
upstairs?
bathroom. In our home, there's 2 on the main level, and then there's a full apartment downstairs.
Okay, we didn't see that.
No.
Okay. But did you have a room in the attic?
It's just like a loft.
Well, that's
Oh, is that
a
why?
loft
Okay.
for an office.
Oh, yeah, that's right. If you had to rebuild it again, would you keep with the same approximate design?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I don't think so.
That's because he didn't design it. We had a contest though, you know. The builder that we hired, well, we won't go into that, but anyway, he said, I don't think we're gonna be able to do it the size floor plan we talked about, because the materials are too much, and I was like, but that's what you told me we'd get, and he says, well, we're not gonna get that, so, you're gonna have to sit down and figure out how you're gonna do 3 bedrooms or 3 bathrooms, because you're probably only gonna get 2 bedrooms and maybe 2 bathrooms. And I said, no, we'll have 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. And he said, well, why don't you get some, drafting paper, you know? And, so Bob went out and got some graphing paper, and he took some and I took some, and we went in separate areas. And after 10 minutes, he comes to me and he goes, can't be done. And I said, hold my beer. No. I said, watch this. We don't drink. And I said, watch, just give me a few more minutes. And so about 10 minutes later, I came to him and I showed him 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms. Because with the graphing paper, each square, of course,
Yeah, right.
equals a foot. And so we have 3 bedrooms and 3 bathrooms.
I understand, Bob. Now, I'm trying to figure out how to ask this question without sounding like I'm trying to insult you, because I'm not. How can you do better with what you've got?
That's a good question, because I think everyone could always do better.
Yeah, oh, I agree.
You can always be more efficient, you can always be streamline, and we've streamlined so much, George Washington is screaming right now. However, I think that we could do better in gaining volunteers. which really would stretch our dollars if
Yeah.
you don't have
Oh,
to
yes.
pay so many different people. It's really hard not to pay a bookkeeper. I would be afraid not to pay a bookkeeper. I've
Yeah.
been there and it didn't go well.
Yeah,
And it's hard not to pay a manager of a store, because after a certain time, they begin to resent the fact that, well, everyone else is getting paid and I do have some
Yeah.
needs I'd like met. And so you don't want to see things disappearing, especially out of the cash register.
Right.
And so, I think though that we could raise up a better volunteer staff to make maybe our manager's job a little more easy and enjoyable. And they would rotate, because everybody, the more people you have, the more ideas you have too.
yeah,
And so when you get to a place where you're stuck, so again, it comes back to people volunteering and putting their hand to the plow, even if it's only one day a week.
yeah, I was gonna say, if you could get more people to come in, even if it was one day a week,
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times that
Yeah.
would help. Especially if it's
Absolutely.
like cleaning or something like that.
Yes, absolutely.
And if you got more people with more ideas,
Mhm.
you can keep Bob busy, making all those ideas come into reality.
Well, that's true,
I'm
he's
for
a genius.
You go home. Oh, you're home. She don't need no help finding me projects to do.
I think you can see where Bob and I have a tremendous love for each other. We,
Been around.
yeah. Now, when you were in the 1980, were you at Fairlane? You were, weren't you?
Where?
At
Fairlane.
Fairlane?
Yeah.
Okay. 'Cause I was-
89 was I think the first mission trip.
89, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute.
Or was it 87?
Must have been 87. Because,
38 years ago.
yeah, it was 87. I was in 86, I was gonna go to Togo. But thank God I missed that. Cause
Wow.
that, well, one person went. And,
Wow.
and I can't remember his young guy. He went with us on a couple trips. When he got there, they didn't know he was coming, they had nothing for him.
Mhm.
So he got, somebody to take him into the interior. Out in the middle, and he'd never been there before, and he nearly died.
Wow.
And so, but otherwise, I wouldn't gone into the interior by myself.
Mm-mm.
So then we went to Kenya in 88 and 89.
Yep, I remember the second year we went, it is so changed where we built the first one.
Yes.
You just couldn't believe it was the same place.
You're right.
At least I couldn't.
But I loved where we stayed, that Hunter's Lodge.
Oh, yeah, that was great.
Got a short story, I see, we got about 3 minutes?
You're
Two?
13, you're 13 minutes over.
Oh, we are.
Time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah, well, I guess we probably should wind this down. So, I'm glad you two took the time to be here and talk about your ministry, and Bob and I just, kind of remember old times. Life's easier for me, because I'm not as old as he is. But thanks for being here, and for sharing the word and being part of this here.
Thank you.
And we say thank you for watching, and we'll see you again.